Hey everybody, Duck Number 8 Wooden Railway here, and today we're going to review Season 9. Season 9 was narrated by Michael Angelis in the UK and Michael Brandon in the US in 2005. 2005, really? 2005 was the year of the 60th anniversary, and this season was not good. So, why make something not good on, the year of, a milestone anniversary? And because Season 9 is not that good, I don't have a lot to say about Season 9. I'm sorry, so I apologize if this is going to be a little bit of a short review. But Season 9 was not good. Now that we're into the hit era, this is when it's starting to go downhill. Season 8 was not that bad. Like I mentioned how Season 8 would probably be the best of the hit era seasons. It was not that bad. But Season 9 is worse than Season 8. There are more bad episodes of Season 9. More episodes are starting to get into the Three Strikes formula, and another reason why I don't like the hit era is that a lot of the characters are completely out of character. They're not the characters who they should be, and that drives me insane, and I absolutely hate it. And I see that happening in a lot of Season 9 episodes, so that's another thing that I don't like about the hit era. Now that we've gotten into the hit era, Season 8 was not bad, but Season 9 is Season 9's not good at all. I don't really like Season 9. And unfortunately, it just gets worse from here. Right up until the Brenna era. But let's not get ahead of ourselves talking about the Brenna era just yet. We still have a long way to go. A long torture way to go. So, yep. Here's Season 9. The only big difference of Season 9, well, there's just only two big differences from Season 9 compared to Season 8 is that starting from Season 9, the episode titles are read aloud by the narrator. So that's something starting this series. And so basically, it's to say that this is the first season in which the episodes are, the titles of the episodes, the narrator reads them out loud. I don't count that happening in the season 6 and 7 episodes that were aired on the PBS airings, because in the original versions of the US, their titles are not read aloud. But here, starting this season, the episode titles are read aloud by the narrator in both dubs, the UK and the US. However, the 6 episodes that were featured on the Thomas and the Toy Workshop DVD in the US don't have their title cards read aloud by the narrator, except on the PBS airing version of the episodes. So that's a little weird. And another big thing about the season, another big change about this season compared to last season, is that the returning characters, which I'll talk about the returning characters when we talk about the characters. So yeah. But one big thing, the narrow gauge engines are back, and I'll talk about that later into the review. But before that, I want to talk about the episodes for this review. So Season 9 comes with 26 episodes, and they're just... Well, my favorite episode of Season 9 is Keeping Up with James. I wish that a lot of episodes of Season 9 were like that. I don't see anything wrong with Keeping Up with James. That would be my favorite Season 9 episode. I think it's a good episode. But my least favorite Season 9 episode is Skarloey the Brave. I hate Skarloey the Brave. Skarloey is completely out of character, so that's an example of what I hate about a lot of hit era episodes. Not the proper character. Do you think he'd be brave enough to ride up the incline? Gosh. And this is true with a lot of characters in the hit era, how they're not out of character. So more bad episodes of Season 9 that I really, really don't like include that, awful episodes of Season 9 are also Thomas's Milkshake Muddle, Tuneful Toots, Rheneas and the Dinosaur, Toby Feels Left Out, Thomas and the Statue, and Saving Edward. All of those are just bad episodes. The characters are not the proper characters who they should be. So, what's the problem here? And so, it's just terrible. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all to have these characters like that. They're not the proper characters who they should be, and it just annoys me. It drives me insane. There are more good episodes of Season 9 that I really, really like, but barely, though. More episodes of Season 9 that are my favorite, that I also really, really like, that I wish more episodes of the hit era were like. I also really, really like Respect for Gordon, Thomas Tries His Best, and Flower Power. Those are examples of good episodes of the Hit era, and I wish that more Hit era episodes were like those episodes, and unfortunately, they're not. So, yeah, there's not much I could talk about with the episodes. I mean, like, most of these are just not so good episodes. They're kind of boring. I don't really care much for season 9. But we are going to talk about the characters next. So, the characters who are introduced in season 9 are Molly, debut episode Molly Special Special, Neville, debut episode Thomas and the New Engine, Dennis, debut episode Thomas's Day Off, Mighty Mac, debut episode. Well, the episode is called Mighty Mac, that's his debut episode. And Proteus, debut episode The Magic Lamp. However, its only appearance in a story told by Skarloey, not a physical appearance. So, yep, these are the 5 characters that are introduced in season 9, and all of these characters I think are useless characters. I mean, like, we don't really know much about these characters. They barely make any appearances. There's not really that much episodes like about them. So basically, out of all the characters that are introduced in the Hit era, these are examples of useless characters. And the majority of the characters that are introduced in the Hit era are useless characters because they only have like at least one appearance. There's like nothing really much about them. Like, and I'll talk about that. So for Molly, her debut episode is Molly Special Special, and I mean, there's not much I could really say about her. Like, I don't know much about her. That's her only episode in which she focuses on. She only has like any time that she appears after her debut episode are only cameo appearances, except in season 11, she did get 2 speaking roles in 2 different episodes of season 11, but only just says some lines. She doesn't really have like that big dialogue. So, Neville is also more useless than Molly. I think that Neville was a really, really useless character to have in the show. His debut episode is Thomas and the New Engine. He only had 3 lines in his debut episode, and after he like barely appears after this episode. Like after Thomas and the New Engine, he only has 2 appearances. One from season 11, which was only a cameo, and one from season 12, which he just only said a line of dialogue. He really didn't have any dialogue here. He just had just one speaking line in a season 12 episode. That's it. Dennis is even more useless than Neville and Molly because he only had one appearance in the TV series, that being Thomas's debut off. That Thomas's Day Off. That was his just one. He only appeared in one episode of the whole TV series, and ever since then, he only made one cameo in the Great Discovery. That's it. Mighty Mac only his debut episode is what the episode is named after. The episode is called Mighty Mac, but after that, he only makes cameos and he doesn't really have much speaking lines in like later episodes past his debut episode. So, yep. And then Proteus, like I mentioned, only doesn't appear physically. His only appearance later than the Magic Lamp is as seen as a statue in Mountain Marvel from season 12. So, like, basically, these are useless characters. So it's to say that any of these characters through the whole show only have one episode focusing them, and the one episode that focuses on these characters is their debut episode. Their later appearances don't matter. So, like, it's not worth making them, like, appear in later on. Because, like, the episodes that they appear in, rather than, like, just whether it's only cameos or speaking lines, that doesn't matter because the episode doesn't focus on them. Just one episode in the whole show focuses on these characters, and it's their debut episode. Nothing else. Like, gosh. And that this is like pretty true with some of the Hit era characters. Like some of the Hit era characters like only have one appearance but never appear again. That goes for characters who appear in later Hit era series, which I'll talk about when we get to those. But like I mean, it's not good. They're just useless characters. And another thing about characters that I want to talk about is the returning characters. So The big characters that are the returning characters are the Skarloey Railway engines, but only 5 of them. Skarloey, Rheneas, Sir Handel, Peter Sam. No, not Sir Handel. He will return next series, but we get Skarloey, Rheneas, Peter Sam, Rusty, and Duncan. And all 5 of those characters each have an episode to them in this season. The only one that I'd give a pass to would be Duncan and the Old Mine. The other Skarloey Railway episodes, like in this season, are just no good at all. Like, they're completely out of character. They're not the characters who they should be, and it just drives me insane. And speaking of characters with lead roles, I did forget to mention this in season 8, but throughout the hit era, for all 5 seasons, 8 to 12, every single character of the Steam team in the hit era has at least one starring role per series. And like, I mean, the episodes, like, they appear like them as a character. Like, I mean, Emily's just bossy, like, in her season 8 episodes. And I did forget to mention when I was listing off the bad episodes of season 8, I did forget to mention Thomas, Emily, and the Snowplow as a bad episode. That episode is also really, really bad. I hate that episode too. But that was then, and this is now. Here, her lead role in season 9 is the episode Emily Knows Best. And I mean, at least she's not being bossy like as she was in season 8, but yeah. Edward is out of character in his episode, Saving Edward, so, like, it doesn't make any sense here. It doesn't make any sense. Henry and Toby's, like, episodes throughout the hit era are just bad luck episodes. Like, their feelings are on bad luck. And so, Gordon's episodes in the hit era, like, in which he appears, are just, he just only wants to feel important. So, James's episode in the hit era, he's like being a show off or something like that. So I mean, like, I don't know what's with these characters. Like, the problem with the hit era is that the characters are not the characters who they should be. They're completely out of character, and it doesn't make any sense at all. So basically, yep, those are pretty much everything that I have to say about the characters. So yep. And that's pretty much everything that I have to say about season 9. And so I'm sorry if I didn't have much to say about it, but that's all I have to say about season 9, and season 10 will be up tomorrow.